On the 19th of March 2009, a zombie map called Verruckt was released. Following the success of Nacht der Untoten, Treyarch thought, you know what, we need some DLC, and that's where Verruckt was born. As you can probably imagine, Treyarch was under a lot of pressure as they had to make a map that was more innovative and better than Nacht der Untoten. And how were they going to do that, you may ask? Well, you're about to find out. So the first thing that Treyarch did, which is probably quite obvious to tell you the truth, is they completely changed the setting of the map. Nacht der Untoten was based in an airfield and Verruckt is based in an asylum, and oh boy did they hit the atmosphere on the head with this one. Now I would argue that Verruckt is the scariest Call of Duty Zombies map of all time. The atmosphere is very tense. You've got dentist chairs, you've got blood on the walls, everything's abandoned and trashed. It just shows you the depth of detail that Treyarch really put in to make you feel like this was an asylum. From the atmosphere alone, you can tell it's not all as it seems. You can even hear noises in the background of what was left behind. It's truly an ominous feeling. Treyarch set up the atmosphere very well for this zombies map. I mean, an asylum, which is scary, and then you've got the zombie aspect. I think that's perfect. They've done a fantastic job of this. Anyway, let's move on to the gameplay aspects of this map. So this time, compared to Nacht der Untoten, Verruckt is a little bit bigger, which gives the player more room to explore and more space to move around. This is obviously very exciting for the player, as Nacht der Untoten was very small and there wasn't much to explore, but this time Verruckt has more rooms, which means there's more depth to the map and more for the player to see. Because of the bigger map size, there was more weapons introduced into this map. In Nacht der Untoten there was these chalk drawings that you could purchase, and when purchased it would grant you a weapon. This time there's a lot more of those, meaning the player has more choice when it comes to the war weapons. And of course, how can't we forget the mystery box? The mystery box is also part of the map once again, with the same roster of weapons, but this time it has the ability to move around the map. However, there are some new features in this map which I would like to discuss, and noticeably it is first of all the power switch. The power switch is like the bread and butter of this map. Without the power on, you won't be able to access half of the map's features, and these features will help you survive slaying the undead. So when you're running around the map without the power on, you notice these drinks machines that look very weird, and when you go up to them it says power must be activated first. However, when you turn the power on, you're able to access these beverages, and these beverages are what are known as perks. These perks grant the player extra abilities to help them survive killing the undead. These perks are as follows. First of all, we've got the quick revive perk, which you can purchase for 1500 points, and when purchased, if you're playing in a game of co-op, you can revive players faster. Up next we have the perk called Juggernog, and this perk can be purchased for 2500 points, and this gives the player extra health. The extra health is in terms of hits, so for example when you're playing the game normally without Juggernog it's 2 hits for a down, but when you drink Juggernog this is doubled to 4. Then we've got the double tap perk, and this can be purchased for 2000 points, and this grants the player rapid fire on their weapons. Then, last but not least, we have a perk called Speed Cola, and when Speed Cola is used, it grants the player a faster reload speed compared to when they didn't have it. When you have all these 4 perks activated, it makes you feel a lot stronger and a lot safer around the zombies. This helps the player get to higher rounds compared to when they didn't have perks or other maps that don't have them, aka Nacht der Untoten. Another thing that helps the players kill the undead are the traps around the map. Now when you activate these traps, electricity comes bolting out of them, and when the zombies walk into them, you've guessed it, they get fried to pieces. However, make sure you don't run into them personally, otherwise you can get yourself killed. So there's a sort of a pro and a con factor, and you've got to make sure that the zombies are going to get killed by them and not yourself. Now there may be things that are in the map to make your life easier, but Verruckt will also make your life a lot harder, and let me explain how. When you get to about round 6 on this map, you notice that there's these zombies that are moving incredibly quickly. These are what are known as super sprinters, and oh boy, these are ones you really have to watch out for. These zombies are so fast that if you even stop running even for a second and they're behind you, you're instantly going to die. They will swipe you very, very quickly, and they'll trap you very, very quickly as well. So you've got to really watch out for these. But the reason they've added them in is to add the atmosphere and scariness of the map, because when you have zombies running at you 100 miles an hour in a zombies map, which isn't an asylum, it creates that scary atmosphere even more and adds a lot of challenge to it. So that's probably why the perks are in the map also. Verruckt is overall a really difficult map, however. Not only have you got the super sprinters, you've also got not a lot of space to move around. Now I know I said at the beginning of the video, it's bigger than Nacht der Untoten in size. However, the size of the rooms that you're going to be in are very, very tight, and as a result of that it's hard to train zombies and also camp in this map, in fact, because camping this map could pose a huge risk, considering features such as Pack-a-Punch has not been introduced yet. So as a result of that, manoeuvring and camping are very tricky to do in this map, unless you optimise the traps and use the perks correctly, and also the white weapons. So if you're looking for a challenging zombies map with a really scary atmosphere, then Verruckt is definitely for you. Anyway guys, that is it for my retrospective review on Verruckt. Don't forget to like, comment and of course subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.